Good morning, Doctor. It's an honor to be able to ask you these questions. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. I'm Dr. Umar IFATUNDE Oguntade, Doctor of Clinical Psychology, Certified School Psychologist, Political Scientist, Educator, most importantly, Pan-Africanist. I'm author of the book Psychoacademic Holocaust, The Special Education and ADHD Wars Against Black Boys, as well as Black Parent Advocate, The Art of War, for dealing with America's public and charter schools. I'm the foremost school psychologist in the world, one of the top Pan-Africanists on the planet, and I'm currently finishing up the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, which will be a Marcus Garvey Pan-African Learning Center that will open up next fall.
The first time I saw you, it was on the Breakfast Club with DJ MV and Charlemagne Dagod. Do you think that is there a revolution in action with the appearance of new black media on YouTube?
It's a revolution, but I don't know if it's progressive. If you go through black YouTube, if you go through black Twitter, if you go through black TikTok and Instagram, most of the content of most of our social media pages are dictated to useless information. They're talking about celebrities, they're talking about sports, they're talking about gossip, slander, snow bunny hopping. There's really not anything progressive. I'm very disappointed in black YouTube. Most YouTubians are involved in a conversation that has nothing to do with the liberation of Africa or her scattered black children.
Is the hip-hop culture a black culture?
Hip-hop culture is a black culture if we're talking about art form, if we're talking about rhythm and dance. But if we're talking about economics, the hip-hop culture is 100% owned and dominated by European financial interests. We do not control the culture. We do not control the platforms. We do not control the publishing houses. We do not control the major music companies. So yes, the art is African, the economics is all European.
What do you have to say to those who say that black people must remain multicultural?
That's absolute nonsense. European Jews are not multicultural. Anglo-Saxons are not multicultural. Arabs are not multicultural. Asians are not multicultural. Why do we have to be multicultural? Multiculturalism is a distraction from the fact that the whole world is interested in keeping black people down and on our knees. We must learn to put our interests first, put African survival, liberation, and success at the top of our priority list. We wish hate upon no one. We wish harm upon no one, but we are unapologetically 100% committed to the salvation and liberation of African people, here, there, and everywhere. Multiculturalism is the new trap and the new disguise that racism wears to keep black people unconcerned about their destiny.
How long have you known the organization L'Africain Consomme Africain? Since when?
The organization that brought me.
L'Africain Consomme Africain. En fait, c'est un mouvement que j'ai créé en 2013 qui consiste justement à faire en sorte qu'il puisse y avoir une coalition entre les consommateurs africains et les commerçants africains. Parce qu'on s'est rendu compte que voilà, il y a comme une forme de mécontentement des consommateurs africains vis-à-vis des commerçants africains et des commerçants africains vis-à-vis des consommateurs africains. L'objectif à long terme est qu'on puisse un jour, très bientôt, être un label qui va labelliser des commerçants africains qui rempliront justement les conditions que nous mettrons en avant. Nous voulons donner la possibilité aux consommateurs africains de goûter à la Black Excellence.
Well, me and Brother Jon, we met probably about 8 years ago, maybe a little longer. He and I have been friends for several years, and he's responsible for bringing me in. So although I may not have known of the organization as long, he could have mentioned it to me, but I knew him for almost a decade.
What do you think about the impact of entertainment on the black population worldwide?
Entertainment is a revolutionary power. It's a revolutionary force. When you look at the music of any generation, you can tell their political and economic time of day. Our reality is reflected by the music, and the music impacts the reality. And unfortunately, just like social media, the content of most black media has nothing to do with our political agenda, our social circumstances, our intellectual, cultural, or spiritual paradigm. We are making music that is self-destructive, misogynistic, that encourages mass incarceration, black on black crime, snow bunny hopping, and multiculturalism. We need black music and black media to reinvent itself as a weapon of African liberation.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever or Black Panther Party?
Oh, the Black Panther Party. Black Panther, the movie, was a CIA psych operation on black children to make American African children think Africans want nothing to do with them, and to make Africans believe that American Africans would come to Africa and destroy it due to a lack of respect for indigenous African culture. So without question, Black Panther Party, Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, Chairman Bobby Seale, Little Bobby Hutton, our Prentice Bunchy Carter, John Huggins, Geronimo Pratt. Long live the original Black Panther Party.
Tupac or Biggie?
I love them both, but I'm going to go with Tupac because he's my favorite rapper of all time, and I believe his message was much more politically sophisticated.
American rap or Afrobeat?
I'm going to have to go with American hip-hop only because I haven't heard a lot of Afro beats, but from what I've heard, I do like it. I love African music, so that's a tough choice, but I'm going to have to stay with the team right now.
Okay. Francis Ngannou or Jon Jones? Tough one.
That's a tough one. I got to meditate on that.
Okay. What is the responsibility of black men in the reputation of black women?
I think black men are doing a disservice to the race by constantly dating outside of it. We have no business with Arab women. We have no business with Europeans. We have no business with Asians, East Indians, Latinos, unless they identify as Afro-Latino. We have no business with these other women. There's enough beautiful black women in the world. There's more African women than any other population on earth. There's no excuse for a black man to be dating anything other than an African queen. So whenever you step outside the race and date another woman, that's a form of racial betrayal.
What's your project for the future?
The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy is primary. I also want to hold some conferences throughout the diaspora, especially in Africa, about bringing together and uniting revolutionary Pan-Africanists from across the continent and across the world. I also want to do something for black women to lift and liberate the consciousness of our sisters so they stop feeling that they got to wear weaves and perms and European hair color in order to appear beautiful. We have to do a better job as black men loving and supporting our beautiful African queens.
How can we support the FDMG Academy when we are French or when we live in Belgium?
Yes, indeed. My international African brothers and sisters throughout Europe, the motherland of Africa, Asia, Australia, Canada, Central South America, the Caribbean. You can support by going to your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. That's paypal.me/FDMG Academy. You can also mail, check, or money order payable to the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. You can also message me on WhatsApp by adding my personal cell number, +1 215 989 9858. That's +1 on WhatsApp, 215 989 9858.